Hi, I'm Ray and this is TinyTableGames. Thanks for clicking on the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and join me as I continue on my journey of playing through all the board games on my shelf that I haven't got through and painting all the minis in need of painting. Today we are continuing with our Kill Team 2018 edition adventure from the Warhammer 40,000 universe by Games Workshop. So far I hope that this game, the games I've played have showed you how versatile this version of Kill Team really is and why I think it's the superior version of all the Kill Teams. This next episode, which I think continues to be enabled by this book making just the core book out of the starter box, which is hard to find now, so useful for doing campaigns and narrative linked adventures and whatnot. So up until now, Omicron Pi Sigma 13, our Adeptus Astartes Scout Squad, has managed to do everything that was commanded of them by the Marshal's forces, and now they are trying to exfiltrate off Dirtball 7 by getting to the landing pad where their Thunderhawk gunship should be waiting to take them up into orbit. Naturally, things are not going well. In fact, as they get to the spaceport landing pad, they discover that it has been overtaken by cultists. Not gene stealers this time, the guys with all the pointy sticks attached to their armor. So for this one, I thought I would use a bunch of corrupted Imperial Guard troops, which I got out of one of the old 40K starter box sets, the one that was Nurgle versus somebody. Look it up. But the point is that there's even rules for doing that in this version of Kill Team. And a appropriate mission that I didn't even have to tweak hardly at all. So that said, let's get into it. So right out of the core rulebook, we got Lines of Battle. Basically, it goes for 4 rounds, and then after that, you roll to see, and the defender tries to hold off the attackers from basically running all the way across the map and off the other side. For every figure they get off, they get a victory point at the end of the game, and for every figure still on the map or out of action, the defenders, in this case our Adeptus Astartes squad, get a point, and whoever succeeds the best wins. So here's the overall battlefield. This is the same core box map, just flipped onto its other side from what we used the other day. On this side you got the Adeptus Astartes Scout Squad, who is trying to prevent those corrupted Imperial Guard from running all the way across the map. That is their main goal. Everything else is just debris that I thought would be appropriately left around on a starport landing pad. And here's the look at some of the guys fighting. They're all pretty much armed with either flamers, las guns, or las pistols and chainswords. And if you're wondering, like the little barrels and the antennas and stuff like that, a lot of it came in this core box set. Some of it came from another box set from ages ago called Armageddon War. Some of it was from a couple of the Warhammer Quest box sets. But anyway, altogether, I think it looks pretty cool for a battlefield. All right, we'll get started with the initiative, starting with the Imperial Guard, 7. And our Scouts, 10. So the Scouts get to go first. Interesting. Okay, so as you can see, we got a couple of, there's plenty of obscuring terrain to give people their -1s or whatever. We got these 2 pipes that'll be a pretty decent holdout because they have to escape off the back edge. So while as tempting as it is to just do stand and fire orders, I think they need to get into a better position to not get picked off because the las guns themselves are not too terrible. They actually have a range of 24 inches, or rapid ones. So that is quite sufficient to cause a lot of problems when you've got, 14 guys versus 6. So that's going to be the biggest issue, is just the volley of fire coming in. They're less skilled for certain, and the weapons are less powerful, except for those 2 flamers, which they're going to need to take down before they get close, because those always automatically hit. So those will probably be priority targets, and have these guys just move up accordingly. Okay, so all that said, yeah, I think he'll still fire early. And I think the sniper, who within that 6 inches already took that cover way in the corner, is definitely going to fire early. And everybody else is going to move accordingly. With Henry, we can move him up right behind this barrel pretty much. He can always retreat if he needs to. He's got to watch that angle that direction, though, for somebody picking him off. So they're going to have to kind of watch each other's crossfire a lot. Let's see, we've got Carl down here, who really just wants to get off this planet, but they have to repel this before they can get to the ship, or the Thunderhawk's not going to land. At the moment, perhaps here. Frank, I think, is just going to kind of crouch down behind those. You're like, well, that doesn't seem like much cover. Pretty much in this game, if you have any obscuring cover, if any part of the miniature is covered, it's considered obscured, because obviously the miniatures can't squat and duck and hide, so it's kind of assumed. And the Sarge, I think because of his bolt pistol, he should try and move up, but he'll just go to here for now and then move up again as he needs to. He's going to be like the, to a certain extent, the reserve, I think, for running back and forth. Either him or Frank's going to be, because Frank has that extra movement. All right. Now for Chaos. For this squad, or Corrupted Fire Team, if you will, let's see, I think the goal here is to advance with the Flamer, get them up as close as possible, and just charge with everybody else, pretty much. So we'll start with the Flamer. He's going to advance. 1 whole extra inch, well, so be it. So that's 7 inches as he goes screaming towards the far side. That puts him way out in the open. Next we got a las gunner. He's going to move up 6 so he can still fire normally. You might say, wow, you're just charging the lines? And the answer is yes, because they're chaos and they want to get over there to the other side. And their best chance is to not get in an extended firefight with a bunch of Space Marine wannabes, especially when half of these guys only have las pistols and swords. So this guy is going to advance. Well, he's a little faster, 8 inches. This guy is going to advance 10 inches. He believes. So that puts him right up to this line. Move that token for clarity. This guy has a las gun, so he is going to, it may not look like it, but he does. It's slung over his shoulder while he throws a grenade. He is going to just move forward. The squadron leader there is going to advance 10 inches. Lead from the front, dude, lead from the front. That puts him all the way up to this toolbox. Is going to move normally because he also has a las gun. He just looks like he's throwing a grenade in the pose. Here's the Flamer. He is going to advance. 11 inches. He is right in amongst all this stuff. And he'll move normally. Las gun moving normally. He has a las gun, he'll move normally. Before we get back to the charging guys. Okay, the squad sergeant there is advancing 9 inches. To avoid getting too many chained, so the inner guy, 10. I tell you what, these cultists have got some speed on them. So that puts them up here. And the last guy, not so speedy. He was still shouting the slogans when everybody else took off. That's what happened there. So here's how the battlefield looks right now. That is a lot of people at the midline. We've only got 2 people shooting in the early phase, and then they're going to start trading fire. So it's up to the rocket launcher and the sniper to do something, and only the rocket launcher has the chance of taking out multiple people. So we are going to start with him. He's going to use frag grenades, so roll a d6 to see how many of them he gets. That's perfect, 6 of them. Now if they're within 2 inches of his initial target, he can keep fanning them out. So for example, if he targets this guy, he can get him, him, and him, all 4 of those guys. That would be most impressive. Let's see. They have weapon skill 4, ballistic 4, strength 3, toughness 3, 1 wound, and a 5+ save. So they're crunchy, but not super, super crunchy. So I think we'll designate it's 6 shots, so 2, well, maybe 3 to the flamer, and then 2 and 1. So 3, 2, 1. Hitting on a 3+. 1 hit, 3, 4, 5, or 6, because it's from his launcher, not from his hand. So gets the wound. Dude saves on a 5 or a 6. He does not save. 1, 2, 3 flesh wound, 4, 5, 6 out. Out. He takes out the flamer with the very first grenade. Actually, I think I'll just leave him on the ground like that. Okay, next up, this guy who's getting hit with 2 grenades. 2 hits. No wounds. And last but not least, overeager guy here, 1 grenade. Hit. Wound. Save on a 5+. Nope. So is he flesh wounded or out? He is out. So those 2 guys go down. All right, looking at our sniper right here, selection at targets. Several of these guys are fully out in the open. The lead flamer is not fully out in the open. He is partially obscured, but he's going to take that shot anyway. And we are going to burn a sniper tactic 1 command point right off the bat. Remember, they start with 1 and generate 1 each turn. And that is the level 1 sniper tactic. Basically, when you shoot in the shooting phase, add 1 to the hit rolls. And so that's what he's doing. So instead of a 4, 5, or 6, he will hit the flamer on a 3+. Gets his toughness 3, so he wounds on a 3+. If he rolls a 6, it's a mortal wound. It is not a mortal wound, it's not even a wound. Looking at things from Henry's perspective, yeah, there's a lot to shoot at. So I think Henry's going to be the first to go in our regular shooting round with his bolter. He may need to go for that flamer, because I'm sure that flamer is going to go next and he will hit automatically. And hitting automatically is bad. So he will shoot at the flamer right there. Is he within 12 inches? He is. So he gets to his rapid fire double shot. That's very nice. Okay, he hits on a 3+. He is partially obstructed. That makes it a 4. He doesn't have any cool tricks to use this round because we already used the command point. So just hitting with 2 dice on a 4+ with his rapid firing bolter. No hits. The much maligned flamer is going to shoot. And you say, well, he advanced. How can he shoot? Well, the answer is because it's an assault weapon. They get to shoot, and even if they advance. But it's a -1 to hit, but in the case of a flamer, hardy har, it hits automatically, so you don't even have to try. You can just assault every time, as it were. So he's going to go. It's an 8-inch range. If he can reach it, he can kill it. He's going to go for the... Probably Frank, I think. Actually, no, that kind of blocks it for him, so he's going to go for the Sergeant. He is within 8 inches. That's all he needs, so he hits automatically. The only question is, how much does he hit? He gets to roll a d6 to see how many hits are coming in. 3 hits on the Sergeant, so he wounds on a 4, 5, or 6. 1 wound. Okay, so he's hit. The Sergeant is lucky, so if he does not make his save, he gets a 1-time reroll to try it again. That's the advantage of being having some experience, I suppose. So he saves on a 4, 5, or 6. And if he doesn't get it, he gets to try again, but he saves. Thank goodness. That could have been significantly worse since he rolls a d6. Okay, over to the Scout Squad. I think Frank's going to go. And that lid's really kind of getting in the way. But if he shoots at him, there's enough visible, kind of, but not really. So he'll go for the encroaching Sergeant himself because of the angle. It is unfortunately more than 6 inches away. So he only gets a single shot with his shotgun. Well, excuse me, he gets 2 shots, but it's a +1. So there is no obstruction because that little toolbox ain't cutting it. So he hits on a 3+, +1 for the range because it's beyond 6 inches. So 4+ with 2 dice. Nope. Well, okay. I guess they got freaked out by the charge. He's got nothing because he doesn't have an assault weapon. So nothing to do there. Let's see. Who next? I guess we'll start with this guy with his las gun. It's not a hotshot las gun because he is not an elite unit. He's just a regular. So it's 24 inches. He'll just shoot straight at Henry right here. So he will get 2 rounds rapid, hitting on 4s. +1 for the cover, so hitting on 5s with 2 shots. Misses them both. I always envision the Imperial Guard basic troopers as kind of like Cobra troopers in the G.I. Joe cartoon. They shoot a lot, and it looks real interesting, but that's about it. Okay, back over to the squad. We only got 2 guys left who haven't shot, and that's not great. So I guess Carl is going to use his shotgun, even though it's a crappy shot, and attempt to shoot at the flamer because he has a angle on it. So he'll get his 2 assault dice. He'll hit on 4 pluses, 3+, +1 for the range, +1 for obscurement. So actually he'll hit on a 5 or a 6. He actually gets 1 hit. It wounds on a 3+. Gets the wound. He has a chance to save on a 5+. Does not save. 4, 5, or 6, he's out. He is out. So Carl, with about as far as he can get with his shotgun shot, manages to take the flamer out before the end, as it were. So the flamer goes down right next to all that ammunition. That seems smart. Let's see. He can't do anything. He can't do anything. Las gun and las gun, so I guess we'll just have him go because there's only 2 people left. He will use his las gun and shoot straight at the sergeant because the sergeant hasn't gone yet. And he is just within 12. So he gets to use 2 dice again. And he hits on a 4+, with some cover, so that makes it a 5+ with 2 dice. Wow, double ones. Never mind. Never mind. And the sergeant will use his bolt pistol to shoot at the charging sergeant. I'm sure it's within 12. Yep, 9 inches out. And one of those almost, no, one of them actually hits because the toolbox does not cover. So 1 hit, he wounds on a 3+. Yep, gets the 3. Saves on a 4, 5, or 6. Does not save. Is he out? He is not out. He is flesh wounded. Now it's only the Imperial Guard left. So this guy will go. His las gun. He's going to shoot at Henry because he can see him, and he's within 12, so he gets his double shot. Hitting on 5s. Nope. None of these 3 can do anything. But these 3 all have las guns. So las gun number 1 is going to take a shot at, who's closest? Probably Frank. He's within 12. He is partially obscured by that big weapon and bomb and stuff sitting right there. So only hitting on 5s and 6s. No hits. He's going to focus his fire on the sniper down here. He's within 24 inches. Almost gets him. And this guy, take a shot at the sniper, needs a 6. Does not get it. Okay, there's no such thing as a morale break in this particular scenario. Everybody just keeps on going. So we're ready for round 2. Here is the Chaos Initiative, 9. And the Scouts, 11. Wow, they are hyped up. The sniper, of course, is just going to go in early fire. He's risking it more, but I think we're going to have the rocket launcher do the same because that worked out real nicely last time. The bolter, I like where Henry's at. I don't think he's going to get charged quite yet. Maybe. I think we're going to have Carl move up to give Henry some support. The trick is moving him someplace where it won't. Yeah, he may just move to here. So I want to make sure he's got that 6-inch crossfire right there. Okay, Frank. I think Frank's going to shift up also. Maybe. No, he's got to support Frank. He's got to move. So the only question is he going to try and charge this guy, or is he just going to move up and shoot him with his bolt pistol? And I think the answer is he's going to try to charge him. If he doesn't make it, I'm sure he'll get charged in reply. Or at least if he doesn't, they have to stay more than 1 inch away from him as they move by, so it kind of creates a physical barrier. So here goes the charge roll. 10 inches. I believe he's got it. If I can pick up the ruler. So it's, yep, no problem there. Even throwing in an extra inch for hopping over this crate. He charges this guy who already has a flesh wound, which works out good for him as far as doing that. Whoops, I used the wrong token on these guys. Gotta switch that. Okay, well, time for him to get to it. These guys, once again, are going to assault because they don't have las rifles. So, starting with this guy. Wow, so he's running 12 inches. Now, he can't stop within 1 inch of anybody else. So he's going to have to park it about here, but still, One more sprint and he's out of there. The guy who's right behind him is going to try to follow his example. Not so fast. He does get 8 inches though. This guy with a las gun. Oh no, excuse me, he doesn't have a las gun either. He's the chainsword boss. So he's going to advance also. Because they've been told to interrupt that flight out. And that's what they're going to do. So he's going to run and it'll get him to the top of the eagle. Heresy. Let's see. Las gun guy is going to advance normally. He's already fighting. That guy's dead. He's going to advance normally. And he's going to advance normally over his downed compatriot. Okay, now for these guys, let's see. Las gun, and sergeant. So he is going to charge and join this guy. So 2 dice, 7 inches. That will get him there, no problem. So he charges into him. And we do need to do those responses because I forgot. First, the guy that the Sarge charged gets a single shot with a D6, hits on a 6. Does not get him. And the Sarge gets a shot at the guy who just charged into him. Also did not hit. Now that we have that cleared up. Let's see. These 2 guys are both just advancing because they're las gunners. He can get up to this box. And he can get halfway to this barrel right here, which is going to eliminate Henry's cover. Okay, starting with a sniper. Fortunately, there's no minimum range with a sniper rifle in this game. He's obviously going to shoot at him, who is right in front of him with no modifiers. Hits. Wound, 3+, 6 mortal. Wounds normally. He has a 5+ armor save. Makes it. That's not great. That is not great. But that is certainly not all of the early fire. We have the rocket launcher right here. Ah, boy. Yeah. I think we're going to come back to him in just a second. And we will let Henry go with his early fire. He has got to shoot the people in front of him pretty much, I think. Although I really want to take out these 2 guys. I'm hoping the Sarge and the other guy, maybe the rocket launcher can do it. Huh. Well, in any case, I guess he's going to shoot at who's about to shoot him. So we will start... Which one should he hit? Well, it doesn't really matter. This guy probably first because he has the no cover. And so he'll obviously get his double shot. So hitting on 3s with his bolter from nearly point blank range. Ooh, that was bad. So 1, 6, and 1, 2. So he gets 1 hit. He wounds on a 3+. All right, we only have 1 advanced fire guy left. That's the rocket launcher. I'm not sure who to aim at. Cover him, or does he try to complete the mission? I think the answer is he's going to try to complete the mission. So he's going to pivot and take a shot over here. Okay, so frag grenading those 2 guys in an effort to keep them from getting out. D6 in grenades, 4. So it's going to be 2 apiece. So at the closer guy, he's getting 2 grenades, hits on a 3, 2 hits, wounds on a 3, 2 wounds. The guy has a save. Let's see, he might be different as the sergeant. He is not. He saves on a 5+. So 2 saves. He saves one, but not the other. So he either gets flesh wounded or he's down. Ooh, he is down. So with the goal line of the Thunderhawk hangar in sight, he gets blown apart. And now this guy, he hits on a 4+ because he's obscured. So 2 dice at 4. 2 4s. Still wounds on a 3. 2 wounds. He's got a 5/6 save. Saves neither of them. 4, 5, 6, he's out. He's out. Wow, good call on the part of Dirtbag Derek there. That's probably why they call him Dirtbag. He just completes the mission and left Henry kind of hanging there on his own. But nonetheless, fine work. All right, now we're on to the regular fire. It's still initiative, so it's still the initiative of the scouts because they won initiative. So they only have 2 regular fire people going. Wow, they're gonna die. Yeah. I guess Frank will take a shot at that guy. Although ironically, he's got a better shot at this guy because he's still within range and he has no cover at all. So he'll do that. So he's clearly within 4 inches. So 2 dice, strength 5. Hits no problem. Wounds on a 3+. No wounds at all. The Chaos Gods are with that guy. Okay. Now it's over to one of them. We'll just have him return fire, is why. 1 hit. It is strength 3, so he wounds on a 5 or a 6. Does not get it. Okay, back to the only other shooter, Carl. He will just pick somebody who hasn't gone yet, I guess. He'll just shoot the guy right in front of him. Slightly obscured, but not much. Let's see. That's more than 4 inches, but oh well. So he hits on a 3, 4, 5, 6 with 2 dice. No hits. Okay. Let's see. This guy, I guess, will shoot at Frank because he's the next nearest one. Let's see, with a ballistic skill of 4, +1 for the cover, so hitting on 5 6s again with both 2 dice from his lasgun, so no hits there. Next guy over, same thing. 2 hits on a 5 6. Wow, look at that, double wounds. Let's see, Frank, 4+ to save. Saves them both. Good Lord. For the Emperor, indeed. All right, next up, this guy. He's just going to shoot who's ever closest, and I'm pretty sure that's Frank again, who has no cover from this guy. So he's going to hit on a 4+ with 2 shots. 1 hit. 5 6 to wound. Nope. Next guy over is going to shoot at Henry. So 5 6. Nope. And this guy shooting at Henry, he's not obscured from him, so 4 5 or 6. 1 hit. 5 6 to wound. Gets it. Save on a 4+. Saves. I am very surprised they have survived that long. He already went. He can't go. We do the charges first in initiative order, so the Sarge gets to go first on the guy he charged. He has 2 2 attack dice plus 1 for his chainsword. So he's rolling 3 dice, and he hits on 3s. 3 hits. He wounds on 3s. 3 wounds. Saves 2, but not the 3rd. Let's see, does he go down? He does not go down. Even though he already had a flesh wound. Now he's got 2 of them, but he's still hanging in there. This guy gets to go now because he charged the Sarge. Let's see, he also has 2 attacks as the Sergeant, plus 1 with a chainsword, so he too attacks with 3 dice. His weapon skill is a 4+, so 4 or better to hit. He gets 1 hit in. His strength is a 3, so wounds on a 5/6. Nope, no wound. And last but not least, this guy gets to attack back with 3 dice on 4, 5s, or 6s. 2 hits. Oh, actually only 1 hit because I believe his flesh wound modifies that. And roll to wound. Yep, that certainly gets through. And the Sarge saving throw saves. So he ties up 2 guys, and there they all sit. And that concludes round 2. Time to move into round 3. Okay, so what to do now? The Sniper and the Grenadier. Deadbeat Derek, or Dirtball Derek, really earned his stripes there, hitting those 2 guys. Sniper not so much, but they're still going to both go early fire. Carl's got a better chance shooting at people, so does Frank. Pretty much I think they're all going to go early fire at this point. Again, the wrong tabs. So yeah, they're going to all be early fire, or in the case of the Sarge there, he's just going to keep mixing it up with those 2 guys. And onto them, this guy's going to advance. As you knew he would. Wow, 12 again. Sprinters, this lot. And that sprints him right off the edge of the board. So that is 1 point for the bad guys. This guy is going to, I think he's going to advance also, actually, because he's so close to the edge, like the other guy. Well, that'll serve him right. On the upside, I guess, he can still throw a grenade. So he'll move up to here, put his advance token down, and he'll be in range to use his grenade, which is an assault weapon, and lob it at the sniper as he goes by, I guess. This guy, I think he's going to charge Frank. No problem. That was a very excessive roll. So Frank loses his early fire. He runs around the corner. Frank gets to a single shot at him on a hit, only hits on a 6. Yeah, he actually hits. So he wounds on a 3+. Wounded. Guy has to save on a 5+. Does not save. Wow. Does he go down? He goes out. Wow, he charges around the corner and Frank blasts him in the face. Well, that puts Frank back on early fire again. And we'll put this guy right down here. This guy, since it didn't work out for the other guy, is also going to try and charge. Because you can react multiple times. So he too will charge around the corner. Frank once again gets to shoot. Once again hits. Once again wounds. Save on a 5+. No save. Goes out. Wow. Don't mess with Frank when he is standing there, apparently. 2 dudes come running around the corner and he blasts both of them with his shotgun. That is impressive. Well done, Frank. Okay. This guy is actually going to fall back Oh, except he can't, because he has to do it away from enemy units. And these guys have enough of a line that he's stuck there. So he's just going to have to keep fighting. This guy, if he charges, they might be able to pin him. All right, so he is going to try to charge Henry. He is all of 5 inches away. No problem there. Now let's see if Henry's as successful as Frank was at fending people off at the last second. He might be. Good grief. Gets the wound. Saves on a 5+. Does not save. Does he go down? He does not go down. He is flesh wounded. So he's still in there for the fight. And now he is occupied like that, which frees up this guy. If he charges, he will attempt to charge Carl down here. 9 inches is probably sufficient. It sure is. So he charged. We'll see if he still gets to keep that token in a second. Carl, repelling borders as it were. That is cocked. Nope, Carl doesn't pull it off. So he loses his early fire. Let's see, that leaves this guy who is going to sprint over here and well, he can kind of ignore those guys because they're all fighting. Should he just advance? Oh. That is an interesting question. I think he is gonna charge because I can't run past the guy. So if I roll really well on the advance, I'm gonna get stuck right there. But if I charge him, because he's already occupied, that I can try. So we'll try to charge the Dirtball Derek back there. 8 inches, maybe close. It is 8 inches, he has it. Now, can Dirtball Derek pull out his sidearm and fend him off before he gets right up on him? Whoops, haha. Well, maybe. He hits. He does not wound. So Dirtball Derek loses his missile shot and gets charged as well. And that is everybody's movement. Okay, now we're on to the early fire. I would really like it if Troy would finally earn his keep and shoot this guy right there. That would be neat. 1 shot, 3+, no obstructions. Could throw a rocket, hit him from there. Come on, Troy. Nope. Okay, well, that's it for most of the early fire, except for Frank, who's turned into like Frank Castle up here or something. So I guess he will pivot and shoot back at this guy, since all of those guys are all engaged or dead around his feet. He is certainly going to get promoted to sergeant after this. 7 inches, that's unfortunate. So he'll only get, doesn't get his extra strength boost from that. So 2 dice, hitting on 3s, +1 for range, 4, no obstructions. So 4+ with 2 dice. 1 hit, wounds on a 3, gets the wound. Guy saves on a 5/6, does not save. Does he go down? He does go down. Man, Frank is the MVP. And Troy has literally done nothing except be a target. These 2 guys went down to Dirtball Derek. This one went down to Frank, and those 2 guys, and that guy. Okay, now it's all close combat time. Starting with the charges, he charged into Carl. He does not have extra weapons, so it is just his single combat knife with hitting on a 4+. Doesn't do it. Same story down here with Derek. He does hit, wounds on a 5/6, gets the wound. Does Derek save? Derek does not save. Is Derek out? Nope, Derek is flesh wounded. All right. Let's see, that's those two. And now this guy charging into Henry, who also only has one die himself. Whoops, sorry about that, Henry. The die alone killed him. Aye, aye, aye. 4, 5, or 6, that'll do. 5/6 to wound. Does not get it. Okay, that's it for the charging, and now we're into regular, so it goes just in initiative order at this point. So we will start with the Sarge up here, who has 3 dice. And he will attack the same guy as before, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, wounds on 3s, 1 wound. Guy saves on a 5+, does not do it. Is he out? He is out. Might as well have that guy retaliate. He is also swinging dice. Two hits. He only wounds on a 5 or a 6. 1 wound. Sarge saves on a 4+, gets it. Okay, over here with Frank, or excuse me, Carl. Carl only has 1 die. Hits on a, well, that'll do it. Wounds on a 3+, gets the wound with his combat knife. This guy saves on a 5+, does not save. Does he go down? He does not go down, he gets flesh wounded. Wow, okay. We'll do Henry now. Henry has 1 die, hitting on a 3+ against this guy. Gets it. Wound? No. And last but not least, down here with Derek, who is at a -1 because of his flesh wound. So he hits on a 4+. He misses. And that is turn 3. We're on to turn 4. And initiative. For the cultists, 6. For the squad, 11. They go first. Well, in an act of optimism, we'll put the Troy, the sniper, on early fire just in case. Let's see. I think, I'm not worried about the Sarge taking care of that guy because they won initiative, so he's going to get to attack first up there. I think Carl or Harry might be in some trouble. So Frank, who's done killing everybody at the front line, I think is going to try and charge into this guy to help Harry out. Whoops. Doesn't count if it's not in the box. 8 inches. That's definitely enough to get over there. So he comes slamming into this guy, who gets to respond with a single shot. Connects. 5/6 to wound. Does not wound. Pings off his armor as he charges in. That's literally all of the movement, unless somebody wants to peel away, which, let's see, he got charged, he tried to shoot, he can't run away, because you'd have to run the other direction because you got to go away from your opponents. This guy can certainly do the little button hook thing and out. So he is going to do just that and run 6 inches, which gets him off the board, juking around Derek there, who's wounded. This guy is going to try to pull the same, except he can't, because Derek is right there. So he's kind of pinned in place. That's about it. Well, if you ran this way, well, it's still, that's true, you could try that. I don't know that's going to get him anywhere, but he'll give it a go. It's going to take him 1 inch to get around this thing and then over here. So he's only going to go about 4 inches. So he's going to get to here with his little button hook maneuver. He can't do anything else though, because he disengaged doing that. So I gotta use a different thing. Okay, and that's all the movement. Well, you all know what's coming now. Can Henry actually hit anybody in this game? 3+. Yeah, gets the hit. Can he wound him? Nope. Okay. Now on to close combat. Now Frank is no better at close combat than Harry is, but if he charged, that gives him the advantage of being able to attack first. So he hits on a 3+. He hits. He wounds on a 3+. He does. That guy blocks on a 5 or saves on a 5 or 6, and he saves. So that was Frank, and now we're down to just taking turns. The sergeant gets to go first again up here. 3 dice. 2 hits. Can he wound him? Whoops, not with that roll. Nope, he does not. He will retaliate against the Sarge there with nothing. That inferior weapon skill really hurts. Now Harry gets to attack with his single die. He manages to connect. Can he wound? Yes, he can. Can this guy block it with a 5/6? Yes, he can. Last but not least, that guy will attack Harry. Misses. Okay, we are definitely coming to the end. That's the end of round 4, so now we have to roll a die to see if the game even goes into round 5 or if that's just it. So, 4, 5, or 6, game's over. Game is not over, we have a round 5. Okay, so time for initiative. What's left of the cultists? 7. And the scouts? 9. Scouts get to go first. Okay, first off, had to look up a specific rule, which is you can't react more than once to a charge if you're going to fall back. Which is, since this guy's so close to the edge, he can move up to 3 inches if he gets charged away from the opponent. So it's possible if both Troy and Derek charge him successfully, they can keep him from getting off the map. So we're going to have Troy attempt to charge him. When I say Troy, I mean Derek. We'll start with Derek because I've had better feelings about Derek. 11 inches, no problem. So he runs right over here, straight into this guy, who has the chance to react. In this case, his react is going to be to retreat, basically. He gets to move 3 inches away from him, which puts him almost off the board. That is predictable. Now, if he can only do that once, though, so if Troy can get to him and pin him down, that might be enough, although he'll still have the ability to juke. Yeah, I'm not sure we can get to him, but we got to try. Okay, so far the plan is working. He can't fall back in the same round you charge him. That's what his reaction's for. So he'll be pinned in place if Troy can manage to charge at this guy, which is what he's going to attempt to do right now. Oh, Troy. Really? I mean, really? Dude, you're getting left on the tarmac. So, that was terrible. Meanwhile, amidst the more competent people, let's see. I don't think there's hardly anything they can do to stop that move from happening unless Carl can manage to charge him. He could do it if he rolls high enough. That would still work. He's the last chance to catch that guy. 8 inches? Is that enough? Did Carl come through? Carl did come through, even having to run around Derek. Way to go, Carl. Carl successfully tackles this guy in the back while simultaneously giving Troy side-eye. Okay, there's no change in either of those fights. Because these two certainly aren't going to fall back. He can try. That's interesting. If you fall back, you can't do anything else. So that would leave both of these guys with nothing to do. Oh, that's interesting. So I think he will try and fall back. And as always, he gets to do literally nothing else, but he gets to step away from these two guys who've already had their movement actions and have chosen to remain in base contact. So literally, these guys' moves are wasted. Pretty much. Although they haven't shot yet, so they still can do that since they're no longer in base contact with that guy. So maybe they can gun him down as he goes. But he is done. He can't go anywhere because he dodged a charge the first time. That guy's not going to go anywhere. And that's that. So we're on to shooting. There is no advanced shooting. There is only regular shooting, and there's only 2 of those because these are the only 2 guys who can. So I guess Frank will just take a shot at that guy because why not? He's more than 4 inches away, so 2 dice hitting on 4s. Misses them both. Harry will take a shot. He gets 2 dice for the rapid fire effect, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. Gets the wound. Dude only saves on a 6 because of the -1 from the bolter. Does not get the save. He goes out on a 3, 4, 5, or 6 now because of his flesh wound. He stays in there. So he is flesh wounded again. But he is not out. That's it for the shooting phase. Now we're on to hand-to-hand combat. These 2 charges amounted to nothing. Carl's charge happens first. So 1 die hitting on a 3. Nope. Okay. That's unfortunate. That's it for the regular ones. Now for the charges. Now for the regular fights. The sergeant again gets to go first against the other sergeant. 3 dice again. 2 hits again. 2 wounds again. Can the other guy save? Nope. This time he is out. At last, the sergeant cuts him down. And he can consolidate up to 3 inches towards the nearest enemy, which is, something. And let's see. That leaves this guy retaliating at Carl. He hits on a 4. Wow, that's spinny. Nope, doesn't do it. Okay, so we roll again. Actually, we don't roll again for this mission. You test it at 4, and if it doesn't happen, then it ends on 6. So last round. So initiative 8 for the scouts and 10 for the cultists. Well, that is just bad news. As a result, they get to move first. He's off the board, even with all of his wounds. He's off the board, even with all of his wounds. Or almost wounds. And that is the game. So the final score is how many are left on the board versus how many got out. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the board, and 4 got out. Interesting. So the Space Marines win, or at least the Thunderhawk gunship can still land and take them to their next destination in orbit. And we just have to deal with Derek's fallout from being flesh wounded. 4, 5, or 6, he's out. 1, 2, or 3, he's okay. He is out. Got to make an injury roll. But he gets to, I believe, nope, he's got nothing. So injury roll, low is bad. Ah, well, there you go, that's bad. I'm not even sure what a 2 is. I know 1 is dead. 2 is convalescence. Cannot be used in your next mission. So he is out for the moment. So there you have it. The squad members of Omega Pi Sigma 13 have made it off Dirtball 7. Dirtbag Derek is wounded, but hopefully he will recover nicely. The group transported from the Thunderhawk gunship up to a waiting shuttle. It is not a Space Marine shuttle, but it is one under the auspices of a rogue trader who is helping evacuate people from Dirtball 7 as the Tyranid threat moves in. I hope you enjoyed this one. I think it's a blast, this game overall. We're moving into the Rogue Trader section, space battles, if you will, or battles on a ship in space. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I really did. I thought that was a real interesting scenario, and one that was already in the book. Didn't have to make anything up for it. Just see if they could stop them from running across there and threatening everything, and happily they stopped enough of them to consider it a win for the scenario. We're moving on to Rogue Trader. That should be a lot of fun too. Really looking forward to it. I am Ray. This is TinyTableGames. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next mission.